That versus which. We're going to talk about this language point today. I'm going to explain it in a way that will help you understand the difference using a mnemonic device. Which. Think about which, like a sandwich bag. You got your sandwich right here. It's inside a sandwich bag. You got the sandwich, you eat the sandwich. You don't need the sandwich bag anymore, do you? Meaning the clause that starts with which is something you don't need in the sentence, basically, and you can still get your point across. It's secondary information. For example, now this is a grammatically correct sentence as concerns the use of that versus which. My car, which is parked outside, always starts right up in the winter. Why which? Because you don't need that clause. You can easily omit it and say, my car always starts right up in the winter to get your core message across. That, on the other hand, is not disposable. Okay, there is a plant upstairs that needs watering. Most people would do that because it sounds more natural. They wouldn't trip up and say, there's a plant upstairs which requires watering. It just doesn't feel right. And there is a lot of value in that because 9 times out of 10, we go by feel. Not only that, really the functionally correct grammar of language is what's used most commonly. For example, who are you talking to? Well, technically that's not correct. You should say, with whom are you speaking or with whom are you talking? But it really, especially in American English, it's regarded that sounds too formal, that you're putting on airs. So I would argue that to say, who are you talking to is perfectly fine because descriptive grammar wins out over prescriptive grammar. Descriptive grammar is how people really use the language. Prescriptive is, these are the rules. So there are two, fields of thought, two camps of thought. I tend to favor the descriptive grammar camp. Well, there's, of course, substandard English, but that's not really substandard. I'm getting a little bit off point because this is supposed to be about difference between that versus which. So here you go once again. That. Here is a correct use of that. I'm sending you the book that you left here. Why? Okay. Let's say you want to put which in there. This has an asterisk. What I'm about to say has an asterisk preceding it, this sentence, if it were in text written out, which indicates in linguistics an incorrect grammatical construction. I'm sending you the book which you left here. First of all, it just doesn't sound right, and there is a reason. There are cases where, and you see it in writing a lot, even by academics who are not linguists, but they have their other strengths, and you see that or which used all the time when that should be used instead. Because let's say maybe it's not the best example, but you did have it there. You had which, and I'm sending you the book which you left here. Ouch, it hurts my ears. Well, is that your disposable sandwich bag? Well, why don't you try it? If you put which there, can you omit that clause? I'm sending you the book. What? What do you mean? What book? I'm sending you the book. What book? There are lots of books out there. Oh, I'm sending you the book that you left here the last time you visited. Oh, that book. Okay. I hope this clears it up. So again, if you're not sure, well, actually, and then if you're better at just going by when commas are appropriate to use and you get a feel for when there's a pause, that's your other clue, because a clause with which is going to be contained within commas on either side. So my car, comma, which is parked outside, comma, always starts right up in the winter. which? Disposable sandwich bag, enclosed within commas. Versus here, I'm sending you the book that you left here the last time you visited. There's not going to be a comma there. You could put it, but you shouldn't have it there. I'm sending you the book. Why would you put a comma there? Why do you need a pause there? Hang on. Are you ready? Are you listening? Are you comprehending? Book. Okay, book. Now get that. Do you know what a book is? Okay, I'm giving you a minute. I know it's probably not an active word in your vocabulary. I'm sending you the book, comma. No, we don't need a comma. I'm sending you the book that you left here the last time you visited.